This will be connected only. Okay. So today we'll be seeing how do we determine the angles when the bearings are given, whether the fore bearing or back bearing is are given, both are given or only one is given. Okay. Then after that we'll be seeing, we'll try to solve two problems. Then we'll move to the magnetic declination part. Okay. So if you can see from this figure, okay, from the right hand side figure, computational angles, you can see there are two survey lines AB and EA. So the direction of the survey line AB is from A to B, and the direction of survey line EA is from E to A, is the direction of the survey. So if you look at this angle, as per the definition of the forebearing, you can see this it is the forebearing of AB line with respect to north meridian or magnetic north. And what happens to this portion? This becomes a back bearing, because we are taking the bearing of this line AE. Though the direction of survey is from E to A, we are taking from A to A, so this becomes the back bearing. Okay. So by using these two concepts, you can see from the figure, if I want to calculate what is the angle A, what is the equation? Equation is already written there downwards. Okay. Angle A is equal to forebearing of AB minus back bearing of EA. If you do this simple calculation, you will be getting what is the angle A. Okay. So this is for an anti-clockwise traverse direction or anti-clockwise traverse. So whenever you are doing an anti-clockwise traverse, the included angle will be the interior included angle. That is the interior one. Okay. But when you are doing a clockwise traverse, that is the traversing or compassing is happening in a clockwise direction. Okay. You can see there will be a difference. The bottom picture, if you can see, here I'm moving from A to B, again I'm moving from B to C, so I'm moving in the clockwise direction like this. In this case, I'm moving in the anti-clockwise direction, EAB. Okay. So when you are doing the survey in clockwise direction, what is happening? This is the north meridian or the magnetic meridian. Okay. So the forebearing of line AB, okay, or the back bearing of line AB is from here to here, this point, this angle. And the forebearing of BC is this small portion. So if I want to get what is this angle, okay, or what is this angle P, how do I get that? Similarly, simply back bearing of AB, this is this minus this forebearing of BC will give you me some value, but that value will be a negative value because, okay, it is a smaller portion. Okay, back bearing of AB minus forebearing of BC. If you do that, you'll be getting a negative value. And if you add 360 degrees to that angle, or if you subtract that 360 degree from 360 degrees, you'll be getting the interior included angle. Okay, this portion you'll be getting. Okay, so simple thumb rule, you keep it in mind. If you get a negative value while you are doing the calculations, please add 360 to that. Then automatically it becomes your interior included angle. Okay. A simple equation you need to remember, angle A or any angle is equal to forebearing of AB minus back bearing of EA. Okay. So forebearing of EB minus back bearing of EA. Similarly here, forebearing of BC minus back bearing of AB or vice versa. Okay, if you do here, instead of writing back bearing of AB minus forebearing of BC, if you write forebearing of BC minus back bearing of AB, so you are going to get a negative value here because forebearing of BC is a smaller value when compared to the back bearing of AB. So when you get a negative value, simply add 360 degrees to that, then you will be getting the interior included angle, this portion. Okay. So let us try to solve one simple problem, then you'll be able to better understand it. Okay. Please note down this problem, all of you, which is there on the left hand side. The forebearing of the lines AB, BC, CD, and DE are 45 degrees 30 minutes, 120 degrees 15 minutes, 200 degrees 30 minutes, and 280 degrees 45 minutes, respectively. Find angles BCD. Whenever you are doing any compass surveying problems, as I told yesterday also, please try to draw the diagram first. Because if you draw the diagram correctly, then it is a simple arithmetic calculations and common sense. Okay, there is no technicality involved in this. So if you have noted down this question, please let me tell. 45 You have AB, BC, CD, and D, right? So forebearing of AB equal to forebearing of BC is equal to forebearing of CD is equal to forebearing of E. Given your four values, forebearing of AB is 45 degrees 30 minutes. Forebearing of BC is 120 degrees 15 minutes. Forebearing of CD is 200 degrees 30 minutes. Forebearing of BE is 280 degrees 45 minutes. Okay, this is the given values. So first let us try to draw the diagram. Forebearing of AB is equal to 45 degrees 30 minutes. Which quadrant?
First quadrant, sir.
So first draw the diagram, a quadrant value. So it comes in the first quadrant, right? So let us show it as like this. This is forebearing of AB. Okay, this value is 45 degrees. This value is 45 degrees 30 minutes. Okay. Then forebearing of BC 120 degrees 15 minutes. Which quadrant?
Second quadrant.
Second quadrant, sir.
So here this is B. This is A. This is B. Okay. So forebearing of BC is 120 degrees 15 minutes. So it comes in second quadrant. So draw a line here. Okay. Then again show the quadrant here. Forebearing of CD is 200 degrees 30 minutes. Which quadrant?
Third
Third
quadrant.
quadrant, sir.
So where is third quadrant here? This is third quadrant, right? Okay. So this is C and this is D. Okay. Then forebearing of D is 280 degrees. Which quadrant?
Fourth,
Fourth
sir.
quadrant, sir.
So if I draw a quadrant here, it comes in the fourth quadrant. This is my fourth quadrant, right? Simply join this. So this is how you need to draw the diagram based on the given bearings. So whenever we are trying to solve a problem in magnetic compass surveying, first try to draw the diagram. Then you will be definitely having a better quality, better clarity how to proceed. Okay. Now you know all the angles, right? What is this is 45 30. So this is 120. This portion is 120. 120 degrees 15 minutes. Then the next one is forebearing of CD is 200. So this portion, this angle is 200 degrees 30 minutes. And the forebearing of DA is 280. So from here to here, so this value is 280 degrees 45 minutes. Okay, is it clear up to this point, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now what is asking us to determine?
Interior angle, sir.
Included angles, the angles BCD we want. Okay. So how to calculate now angle B? What is angle B from this figure? What is the direction of this traverse? Clockwise or anti-clockwise?
Clockwise, sir.
Clockwise. So when you are doing it a clockwise direction, the angles will be exterior included angles or interior included angles. Hmm? So which angle I need to determine now? This one or this one? Which one?
Interior, sir. Interior.
Hmm?
Interior angle. Interior angle, sir.
Why? The direction of traverse is clockwise, right? Hmm? Please think and tell me. Okay, don't bother whether it is an interior and exterior. Let us determine both the things. Okay. So how do you get this angle value and how do you get this angle value from this figure? How do I get these two angles from this figure? Let us take the same equation. Angle B is equal to, what is the equation? Forebearing of BC minus back bearing of AB kada? Okay, as per our this terminology. Forebearing of AB minus back bearing of EA. So forebearing is of AB is under first line, then the second line. Okay, we are moving in this direction. So what is the angle now? What is forebearing of BC? Forebearing of BC is 120 degrees 15 minutes minus back bearing of AB and forebearing of AB is given. So what is the back bearing of AB? What is the relation between forebearing and back bearing?
80 degrees, sir.
Plus 180.
Plus or minus.
Plus or minus or plus? Here 45 degrees 30 minutes is there. It is less than 180. So please add 180 to get the back bearing. Okay. So tell me what is the answer now. Do this calculation. Tell me what is the answer.
Minus 105 degrees 15 minutes, sir.
Minus 105 degrees 15 minutes. So plus please add 360. What is the value?
254 degrees 45 minutes, sir.
54 degrees 45 minutes, sir.
2
54
54 degrees.
degrees 45 minutes.
54 degrees 45 minutes. Okay. Here we have determined both angles. 105 degrees 15 minutes is one angle and 254 45 is another angle. Okay. Next, angle C. Angle C is equal to forebearing of CD minus back bearing of BC. Forebearing of CD is 200 degrees 30 minutes minus back bearing of BC is 120 degrees 15 minutes plus 180. What is the answer? Fast.
260 degrees 15 minutes, sir.
260 degrees 15 minutes.
Sir, minus 99 degrees అట్లా వచ్చింది ప్లస్ 360 యాడ్ చేసిన సార్.
Minus 99 degrees
45 minutes, sir.
45 minutes. So you have added 360. Okay, what is the value?
260 degrees 15 minutes, sir.
260 degrees 15 minutes. Then angle D is equal to forebearing of DA minus back bearing of CD. Forward bearing of DA is 280 degrees 45 minutes minus back bearing of CD 200 degrees 30 minutes minus 180. What is the answer?
minus 99 degrees 45 minutes, sir.
So plus 360. What is the answer?
Huh?
Hmm? ఇంతసేపా
సార్ అది -99 రాలేదు సార్ థర్డ్ వన్. 260 degrees 15 minutes వచ్చింది సార్ డైరెక్ట్.
200.5 minus 180 20.5. So it is 280.75 minus 20.5. 260.25 కదా. Okay. Then
Yes, sir.
this is the answer you got.
Yes, sir.
sir.
260 degrees 15
Yes,
minutes.
sir.
15 minutes వచ్చింది సార్. ఎస్ సార్.
Okay. Now let's take angle A. Forward bearing of AB minus back bearing of BA. Forward bearing of AB is 45 degrees 30 minutes minus back bearing of DA is back bearing of DE minus 280 degrees 45 minutes minus 180. What is the answer?
-55 degrees 15 minutes సార్.
55 degrees 15 minutes, sir.
Minus
Plus
55
55
degrees,
degrees 15 minutes.
add 360 to it.
304 degrees 45 minutes సార్.
304 degrees 45 minutes, sir.
304 degrees 45 minutes.
40 minutes.
Did you all get the same answers?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Just add all these answers once. Make a sum of it. What is the answer you are getting?
One 1080 degrees.
1080 degrees, sir.
There's a check here to apply whether the angles calculated by you is correct or not. The check is sum of all angles should be 2n plus 4 into 90. Okay, for exterior included angles. And if the traversing is clockwise traverse, the sum of all angles is 2n plus 4 into 90. If the traversing is an anti-clockwise traverse, then the sum of all angles should be 2n minus 4 into 90, where n is the number of sides. So in this figure, if you can see, there are 4 sides, right? AB, BC, CD, and DA. So I'm replacing it with 2n plus 4. I'm replacing it as 2 multiplied by 4 plus 4 into 90. So this should be equal to 1080.
1080 sir.
Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
if you
Same,
add
sir.
all this, if you add all these values, also you need to get the same thing. 304, 45. I hope you got the same answer, 1080, right?
Yes, sir.
So this is how you need to solve. It's a simple, very simple. Keep one equation in mind: forebearing of B minus back bearing of DA. That is forebearing of forward line. If you want to determine angle B here, what you're doing, you're taking forebearing of BC and back bearing of AB. Okay, so whenever you want to determine angle, subtract the back bearing of the previous line with the forebearing of the forward line. Okay, for this BC, what is the forward line? BC is the forward line, second line, and AB is the previous line. Okay. Similarly, for if you want to get the angle C, you are subtracting from CD minus BC. If you want angle D, you are subtracting DA minus CD. Okay. In that fashion, you need to solve. So let's solve one more problem. Okay. Yeah, please take this problem, all of you. Line AB is north 55 degrees 30 minutes east. BC is south 63 degrees 30 minutes east. CD is north 70 degrees east. DE is south 45 degrees 30 minutes east. And EF is north 72 degrees 50 minutes east. So note down this problem. Once you have noted down, please let me know. రాసుకున్నారా? If you confirm, I'll proceed. Did you all note down the question?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let us try to solve this. I want you people to give me the answers. I'll just explain. So first, I suggest you to convert the quadrantal bearing system into whole circle bearing system. So let us insert a table. This is the line for bearing quadrantal bearing system. For bearing circle bearing system. And bearing circle bearing system. And bearing quadrantal bearing system. So this is AB. All of you please note down a table like this. CD, E, F. So he has given you 5 lines: A, B, B, C, C, D, E, and D, F, D, and E, F. So he has given you only the 4 bearing. So let us calculate the back bearing. Okay, he has given us north 55 degrees 30 minutes east, south 63 degrees 30 minutes east, north 70 degrees east, south 45 degrees 30 minutes east, north 72 degrees 15 minutes east. Okay, so he has given you the forebearing. Now tell me what is the back bearings? What is the back bearing of AB now?
South 55, 30 degrees west.
South 55 30 degrees west. Okay, for BC
North
North,
60
north
degrees
53,
30
30
minutes
west.
west. Then CD. I,
South.
degrees
I
west,
said
sir.
already the last class for quadrantal bearing system, the back bearing is numerically same of the forebearing. Only you need to interchange the words north with south, east with west. Okay. So don't bother about the numerical value here. Only change the north symbol to south and east symbol to west. So it will become south 70 degrees west. So this will become north 45 degrees 30 minutes west. This will become south 72 degrees 50 minutes west. Okay. Now tell me what is the whole circle bearing of this four bearing? North 55 degrees 30
55
minutes.
degrees, 30 minutes.
55 degrees 30 minutes.
Yeah. Then BC
116 degree, 30 minutes.
116 degrees 30 minutes, sir.
11.
6 degrees
116
30
degree,
minutes.
Okay. This one, third one,
70.
30 degrees.
fourth one,
136 degree, 30
34 degrees
minutes.
30 minutes.
136 degrees 30 minutes.
130.
Fifth one,
70
130.
degrees, 15 minutes.
130. Okay. Fifth one,
134.
113, huh?
34, sir.
4, 4, sir.
34. Okay. Hmm. Fifth one,
72 degrees 15
15
minutes,
minutes.
sir.
okay. Now let us find out what is the back bearing of these all. What is the back bearing of AB?
235 degree, 30 minutes.
35 degrees 30 minutes. Back bearing of BC?
296 degree, 30 minutes.
CD?
250, sir.
DE? Okay, na? All these values correct or any changes? Remaining people please respond.
Correct, sir.
Yeah. So now you converted the given question of quadrantal bearing system into whole circle bearing, and you determine what are the fore bearing and back bearing. Now what is asking? Compute the included angles and show them. Okay. So now let us try to draw the diagram. Line AB, which quadrant?
First quadrant.
First quadrant. Line BC.
Second quadrant, sir.
Line BC is second quadrant. Then line CD.
First quadrant, sir.
Hey, some wrong is there.
Sir, open traverse వస్తుంది సార్.
ఓపెన్ ట్రావర్స్ వస్తుంది సార్.
Open
Yeah.
traverse, sir.
Yes. So line DE, which quadrant?
Second, sir.
Line DE is in the second quadrant. Then line EF.
First, sir.
So this is the diagram, okay, as per the given problem. Okay. Now you need to determine what are the angles. So how you will determine? So which angles will you determine now? Is there any angle at this point? An angle vastunda?
No, sir.
You'll get an angle at this point, either interior or exterior. Again at this point you'll get. Again at this point you'll be getting, and again at this point you'll be getting. So you'll be getting angle B, angle C, angle D, and angle E. Okay. So I'll note down the notations here. This is A. This is B. This is C. This is D. This is E. Okay. Now let us try to calculate the angles. So angle B is equal to what as per our equation? Angle B is equal to forebearing of BC minus back bearing of AB. What is the value? Forebearing of BC is 116 degrees 30 minutes minus back bearing of AB is 235 degrees 30 minutes. What is the answer? Angle C is equal to forebearing of CD minus back bearing of BC. This is equal to 70 minus 296 degrees 30 minutes. Angle D is equal to forebearing of DE minus back bearing of CD. Bearing of D is 134.30 minus back bearing of CD is 250. E is equal to forebearing of EF minus back bearing of DE. This is equal to 752 minus 314.30. Tell me what are the answers? Quick.
minus 119 degrees, sir.
Minus 119 plus 360.
241 degrees, sir.
41 degrees, sir.
Next one.
Minus 226 degrees 30 minutes, sir.
Plus 360.
133 degrees 30 minutes, sir.
Next one.
Minus 115 degrees 30 minutes.
$244 30 minutes, sir.
Huh?
244 degrees 30 minutes.
54 degrees 30 minutes.
Enter.
Minus 242 degrees 15 minutes, sir.
Hmm.
117 degrees 45 minutes, sir.
170 degrees 45. This is how you need to calculate the angles whenever the four bearings are given to you. Okay. Can you apply the check here? It's not a closed traverse, right? So you can't apply the check here. Okay. So is the concept clear? Is the concept clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, take this one as a practice, or I'll give you assignment later. Okay, don't worry. Let's move to the magnetic declination. Okay. So whenever you are using a compass in the field surface, no doubt the compass will not show exactly the magnetic north or exactly towards the true north because of the impact of iron ore materials or smart watches or electric poles. So there will be definitely a variation. Okay, and that variation is considered for us whenever you are taking the bearings. So it is declining itself, or it is moving away itself. The magnetic needle of the compass survey is deflecting itself from the true north at a position. So the difference between the true north and the magnetic north is called as a magnetic declination. From the figure, you can see the true north Tn and magnetic north Mn. The distance, the variation in the directions of those two lines is called as a magnetic declination. If the declination is towards the right side, that is, if the magnetic north is towards the right side of the true north, then we call it as a declination east, that is towards the eastern side. And if the magnetic north is towards the western side or towards the left side of the true north, then we call it as a declination west. Okay, as I said in my last class already, the magnetic north at a place changes from time to time depending on the rotation of the earth axis, depending on the solar storms, etc. kind of things. So whenever you are doing a survey, you need to mention what is the magnetic north and what is the declination at that point in order to accurately find out values in the near future after 10 years or 15 years. Okay, so this can be determined by a simple equation. Okay, magnetic bearing is equal to true bearing plus or minus declination, or vice versa. True bearing is equal to magnetic bearing plus or minus declination. You need to use a positive sign when the declination is towards east, and you need to use a negative sign when the declination is towards the west side. Okay, but by default, there will be magnetic declination in each and every survey which you are going to which you are going to do in the field whenever you are using a compass. Okay, so it's a simple problem. I don't want to explain all those things. You can calculate, you can see an example here. The magnetic bearing of a line AB is 135 degrees 30 minutes. What will be the true bearing if the declination is 5 degrees 15 minutes west? The next one is the true bearing of a line CD is 210 degrees 45 minutes. What will be its magnetic bearing of the declination is 8 degrees 15 minutes west. So I'm determining in the first case the true bearing. True bearing is equal to magnetic bearing because declination is given as west. I'm subtracting the declination 135 degrees 30 minutes minus 5 degrees 15 minutes. I'm getting 130 degrees 15 minutes. For the second problem, you can see the true bearing of the line is given 210 degrees 45 minutes. What will be its magnetic bearing if the declination is 8 degrees 15 minutes west? So I'm substituting that in the equation. 210 degrees 45 minutes is equal to magnetic bearing minus 8 degrees 15 minutes. I'm just rearranging the equation. I'm getting the magnetic bearing as 219 degrees. It's a very simple calculation. Please keep this equation in mind. Magnetic bearing is equal to true bearing plus or minus declination. Okay. If the declination is towards east, add it to the magnetic bearing to get the true bearing. If the declination is westwards, subtract it from the magnetic bearing to get the true bearing. Okay. So here I'll stop. Tomorrow I'll take the local attraction class. For your exam, the syllabus is chain surveying. Okay, basics of chain surveying. Then we say the ranging and direct and indirect ranging, obstacles. Then this compass survey, the basics of compass survey. Then the designation of bearings and the determination of included angles, magnetic declination, and local attraction. Okay, and coming to your question paper pattern, you'll be having three parts. Part A consists of three questions, each 2 marks. So total part A will be 6 marks, which you need to answer all the three. Part B consists of three questions, 7 marks each question, and you need to answer any two, 14 marks. And the part C will be objective questions. You'll be having 10 marks, 10 questions, and each question carries 0.5 marks. So total you'll be having 25 marks for that, and 5 marks will be for your assignment. Total internal exams is for 30 marks. So I'll give you assignment tomorrow after the completion of my class, or after the exam also I'll give, doesn't matter. But from the exam point of view, I hope you can guess what questions you will be getting. I don't want to tell all those because the topics are very less. Okay, and you are also having a GPS component as part of your syllabus also. Please read that also. But mostly, I'm going to give you only problems. Okay, I'm not going to give you much theory. Most of the cases, it will be only problems. So you please practice all these problems, then definitely you'll be able to solve the problems. Okay. And what about tomorrow's schedule? Anyone who is having classes in the morning? Any faculty is taking in the morning?
No, sir, we did not get any information.
So can I take tomorrow at 11 o'clock?
Sir, geology class.
Sir,
Okay, then.
geology class. Teacher.
Okay, then tomorrow also I'll take at 6:30. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Okay, right. Bye for the day.